Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a calculator to support inches so that kilt makers and maybe other kinds of historical tailors can take advantage of it. And today we were going to look at history. We'd like to make it so that after you've done some calculations, you can kind of go back and scroll through them and see what you did. Okay, now I have a group I meet with on Tuesdays, just kind of a bunch of computer geeks, and we had a discussion about the refactoring we might do for this transform. So I'll just mention this before we jump into the history stuff. One suggestion was I added this idea that you could just say slash or slash slash to get eighths or sixteenths. It's like, well, that's not standard. Nobody knows it's there. Why support it? It just makes everything more complicated. So it's like, well, that's a good idea. Another idea was maybe you could work backwards from the rightmost denominator back towards the beginning of the expression instead of trying to work forward and do it that way. And I haven't looked at that at all, but it's a reasonable suggestion, and we'll see what we can do. Another idea I had kind of going in, but encouraged by them as well. We have a pretty big regular expression that defines the full complexity of the fractions, and the idea is we could maybe simplify that and split off an easier case like we did for simple numbers. So we may come back and look at doing that later. Today we want to focus on history. Let's whoops, run that. I guess I should bring up icons because I'm going to need something. Okay, let's see if we got either history. No. Document. Text. Maybe. I know there's a little something like this, but without the cursor. Well, maybe this. Okay, so we got some ideas. Let's see, we'll run. Okay, and another thing I did was we had a percent marker. My wife didn't see what benefit that would be for calculations she does, so I've dropped that for now. I think that maybe how do you do, we'll have a pleat making special screen, and it'll probably come to that. All right, so we have this kind of one-line history. As you enter stuff, let's see, 3 times 2 equals, it shows up there. And so while you're entering the next one, you can still see what the previous answer was. The idea I'd like to have is maybe some sort of icon that makes me think like, hey, look at this, look some more, look deeper. And then it pops up an overlay that's a list of all the preceding calculations. Okay. And I don't think it's going to be that hard, but let's give it a go. We can start from the view, I guess. So right now we have this previous. Okay. Let's go see that thing. All right. Okay, it's a pair. I would like it to be, I'd like to rename it to history. Okay, and then I think can I guarantee it's always there? I think I can, because I'm starting it off with that. Although even that, I don't know. I'm trying to kind of nudge it towards something better. I actually don't like that 0 equals 0 when you first start. That's a touch weird. it's a little odd to me. So I would kind of like to get rid of that. Let's take that as our first step. So my goal is don't show history when first or after start or clear. All right, and I think that we can make a test for. We got history, there we go. Okay. I guess I gotta look for history. Maybe that may not be used that much here. Yeah. Calculator value. Well, it's pretty much, it's a history thing. So editing, clear. Okay, let's put it in here. Well, let's capture what we do right now. Entering equation puts previous entry in history. Okay, so let's do, well, let's see. Display, what does that give us? Oh, interesting. Okay, expression result. All right, let's use expression result. It returns the history items. Okay, so let history equals expression result of 1 plus 1 equals. Okay, and well, let's let history current is that. Okay, and so we expect history dot 0 to be 1 plus 1, and we expect history dot 1 to be the answer. 2, remember the equal sign is being put there by display, and we certainly expect that the current is 2. All right, and this test should pass. All right, now I want to say func test history is empty on startup. Okay, and well, we're going to have to just build a calculator, I guess. Yeah, we just built a calculator. All right. Calculator dot history should be empty. Okay, so that's different. Okay. I'm changing the representation, and I'm just going to make it be of well, let's make it be string empty. Okay, now that should break some stuff. Okay, history equals input to string, and the okay. We're gonna add it. I don't know. Am I jumping ahead? Hell. Okay, let's append to history. And then somebody, well, let's see who else complains, because we're switching the representation. So, yeah, so this is, if history dot is empty, then we want nothing. Otherwise, we want this. Calculator subhistory dot last. Well, we could do better than that. Okay, let's get it fixed and then we'll come back. Calculator. All right, let's assert true. Is empty. Okay. All right. Turn calc.history. Well, interestingly, almost nobody's using that. Let's return the array. And then somebody should complain. There we go. String history. Okay. Make history blank when calculator starts. Okay. It's back on my screen in just the wrong place. All right, 2 minus 3 equals. Okay, now clear. I think he's doing the right thing there. I wonder if 0 is the right thing. Okay, but, well, what we've taken as a side effect. Okay, let's see. Saves, where's the startup? History is empty on startup. Okay, let's move this down to that other test. Equals saves expression test. Okay. Let's rename this to history. Okay. So clear should not change that. That seems correct. Let's clear doesn't change history on startup. Let's do calc.clear. Calc. What do we call it? Clear. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll make it. Not quite public, I guess. Calc.clear, it should still be empty. Let's make sure that's true. All right. And again, we run it 5 plus 2 equals 6 minus 9 equals, all that stuff's hidden back there, but we don't get to it. All right, so let's fix that content view I said. Okay, so I think we can say, no, maybe this is right. I was going to say if we assume last, we could use last to check it for correctness or whatever, but you know, do last question mark, do this, else do that. I think that's not really feasible because we're displaying a function of it. Okay. Yeah, now let's think about our history. So well, I think we've actually made the history work, so let's make sure it really maintains it as history. History is maintained. Okay, so let's expression result puts its own calculator in, so we're gonna do our own. Is that true? Yes. We'll create a calculator. I'm gonna make my test support me in this a little better. Okay, display expression result. Let's give it a calculator. I guess I could pass it at the end just to kind of make it a little less weird. Input a string to a calculator if you have it. If not, it's going to be set up for you. Okay. And then same thing here. Okay, that lets me use that stuff. All right, so let's use it. Okay, and then, well, we're going to ignore the history. Well, actually, we're going to ignore the whole result. But we are going to pass in calc. Okay, and now we're going to get history, and I'll ignore the other half. Equals expression result, something with calculator. Okay. History sub 0.0 is 1 plus 2. Okay. 0.1, 1.0, 1. Okay, 1 plus 2 is 3. This is 2 times 3. Answer 6. Oops, covered up my chat. Sorry. Have I given the user the option to name their history calculation? Yeah. It might be a useful thing. Save the history in local session. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Let's make a note there. This is not quite right, but I'll take that for today. Oh, this was off camera. Okay. I guess, let's see, sorry, where's my test? This test should pass based on what we've done so far. Redundant, oh, true. Okay. All right, now, showing history. I've done this before. So this is going to be a sheet, and well, yeah. So you set up a variable. Yeah, sheet is presented. You set up a variable and track that, and then the content of this thing is what you want. And I think, yeah, okay. Well, we're putting it on the button. Okay, I guess it knows where it belongs. All right. So, yeah, it can be an overlay, but I don't think it needs to. We'll just give some state. This is show history equals false. And then well, what I'm imagining is a little magnifying glass right there. That's a button. Okay, so I'm going to overlay that. Okay, and overlay, well, this is a button. Title action. Maybe I want to do. I guess I want to do this one, action void in a label. Okay. Label is text, system name. Now I gotta go back to this. Well, that's a pretty good one. Now, really, no, that's not. I thought it offered me system name. Oh, image. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I think it's going to center it by default. I'm going to have to do a little bit of playing around. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely too big. Okay, let's do that. And then I'm going to say padding. Yeah, tweak this thing a little. Okay, and yeah. All right. Um. Okay, so this. Well, I'll put it on the Z stack. All right. Dot action sheet. Use confirmation dialog. Okay. Title key. History is presented dollars show history. Actions, I don't know what those do. Okay, so let's look up this. I do want a couple buttons on it. I don't know what I do for that, but I think I'm just going to show a view, right? Oh, it is a view. Okay. I don't know. That sounds weird to me. Why is that actions? Okay, well. Okay. And I know there's a way, I think in your like environment object or something. All right. Well, I don't know what we get if we do lists of I thought I could iterate over. Yeah, I don't need selection. Okay, so list of calculator.history. See what we get. Cannot conform to identifiable. Okay, we'll pause that a moment. Let's put a button on though. Done. And then show history. And then here, okay, so show it done. Da, 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 da. Done and cancel. I'm getting canceled for free. And I'm not getting my history. Let's see this type again. A title key. Well, yeah, I mean, like, where's that view going? I don't see it in the example here. Empty trash, showing dialog false, true and false. I'm kind of doing that. Empty trash, cancel. Roll destructive, yeah, okay. I mean, I do eventually want a clear button and a print button. But where does the text go with this? Okay. Where's my example? Oh, wait, here's... No. Maybe it really is just the one item thing. And this is what I'm used to, a sheet. Well, you have an explicit content and an action. Presents a sheet. On dismiss, okay. Content. Right. On dismiss, call some function. Lots of content. I mean, this is exactly what I expect. I may just use sheet just because that's what I know how to do. Whoops. Let's try it on our code. On dismiss. No, that's not right. Sheet is presented on dismiss. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks like it really is just like, really delete this file. Yes, no, cancel kind of thing. Okay, this is more like it. That done is kind of big, but okay. Yeah, so I think the problem is our calculator history. It needs a little more structure than we have. Where's a calculator? So this type is insufficient. All right, let's make a little public struct history item. Let expression of string, let value of string, make this identifiable. I think you can do that. All right. This is history item. Okay, somebody should be complaining here. Yeah. Let's make this history item. Expression is that. Value is that. Oops. Result. Okay. Yeah. And then our content view must be complaining. Well, maybe not. Yeah, here we go. Calculator. History.last.expression. Value. I might have missed some tests. No, I've got something else going. Yeah. Okay. History. These are history items now. More expressive anyway. And I thought there was one more. There we go. Well, they always have to end up identifiable somehow, and there's nothing in those two strings that makes them identifiable, because you could type the same equation multiple times. So I think this is kind of what we got to do. Okay. He's probably still over the limit. All right, tests. Yeah. I'm not sure how they want to format this. I actually like to do it like this. I think the reformatting will probably do something different. Okay. Why am I still getting that? I don't think that's right. Okay. Let's run that. I guess that shouldn't make any difference. Okay. So we made, I guess, extract class for history item. Okay, now content view. Should be able to just use that list. Text $0 is going to be a little bit arbitrary. Let's just. Okay, we've got those history items. Let's show them. Let's put a little spacer in here. Eight times 6 equals 3 plus 0 equals, show my history. Well, that's all right. I mean, it's a little fancy, but put that down there. I don't know, that button looks so big. Okay, but let's, okay. Show history. All right, and then I really should do a manual test when the history gets long and make sure everything is fine. I get tired of doing these. 3 plus 6 equals, why that 0 equals, that's a little funny. Okay, I didn't know this would happen. Okay, let's see our history. Yeah, it's a sheet, so you can actually tap in the background, I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay. And scrolls, it's there. The font's a little big. Although, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, let me, just a UI thing, comma in long numbers. In reality, it probably doesn't make much difference. You are never going to be dealing with minus 526,000 inches. Okay. History. Well, I want to clear history. I want to print history. I don't know. I've never tried printing, I don't think, in iOS. Let's take this. List scrolled for free, notice, so I don't have to do anything there. Okay. Well, I guess I want to add a clear button on my history. All right, so calculator, well, it could benefit from a clear history. Let me do a little cleaning here. See if we can convince it to not report that silly error over and over. Clear history and I guess I can do assert true. Calc dot history dot is empty. Create a calculator, put something in the history, call clear history, history should be empty. Okay. And then I think, okay, we're asserting it there. That's good. All right. Clear history. Oh, I guess I should make the test fail first. Just for old time's sake. Okay. AirPrint. Would that be sharing? Yeah, I don't know. That sounds right. I mean, when I use my phone and print to my local printer, that seems to work. I don't know much about it, but all right. So let's do this. Uncomment this. Rerun. Okay, and then content view. Well, we're getting to this stuff's becoming big enough. I don't know if you can by default. You definitely can turn that on. 8 times 4 equals 3 plus 2 equals. Look at our history. Well, this is clearly needing some work, but okay. 2 times 9 equals. I don't know. I should maybe shrink that another little bit, huh? Okay. Yeah. I think you just have to turn something on for list. It's so easy. On delete. Yeah. Now, how do you get the. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So, yeah, let's say delete individual items. Clear history works. Whoops. Okay, so I guess we need a particular item thing. All right, so I want to give this. I want that to be that index set, I guess. All right. Maybe this is clear all history. Okay, and then this is just clear history. Well, I guess delete history. And then I got to create an index set, which I don't know how to do. It's going to be some sort of offset. Oh, I can give it a literal. Okay. Let's do this one. Integers in range. So 1. So let's. Yeah, there's some way to do that. I'm not quite. I guess you can turn on another mode where you can select individual items one at a time and then delete them all as a group. Group count should be 1. Okay. Last dot expression should be 1 plus 4. All right. Cannot. I'd almost rather assert equal to true or false. Okay, calculator. Move it off at index set. I don't know what name we use for that. Delete at, I don't know. I guess at is all right. Once again, I've implemented before I make sure my test breaks. Good. Okay, should be 3. Yep. All right, then content view, our list, delete. We want to do calculator dot delete history at $0, I think. Perform delete. Value of type list. I don't. Huh. Maybe the list with the history thing in it doesn't have on delete. Okay. Inside the list. Oh, maybe I didn't need to do that. Do it like that? No. Okay. For each text on delete on the for each. Okay. like that. I mean, I can make a separate call, but I think I can do it like this. So let's make sure. Build failed. Okay, 77 times 6 equals 3 plus 3 equals. Show the history. Yep. Cool. Okay. Let's give this a little padding. Okay. Print. Well, I'm inclined to do a little formatting first. Let's see. We've got right now our buttons are these. I mean, it wouldn't hurt for them to be like that. All right. Well, maybe I should be doing a little more cleanup in general on this thing. Let's see. Where was that magnifying glass? I'm going to shrink this a little further. Okay. What I'm feeling is this is getting unwieldy, and part of it is we've got a lot of modifier stuff going on, I think. And these aren't bad. All right, let's pull out that sheet first. Okay, so this is, I guess I'm going to call it like the history view. Okay, that. Okay, so let's make another struct. Okay, that's all that stuff. Did I not need that? Okay. Yeah. Now show history. Calculator. Yeah. Okay. Well, he needs to get access to this and this. Okay, so this is observe object. Okay. I think we basically need to make an observed object again. State object is the one that creates it. We're not that. Okay, so this needs to be observed object. Well, I probably could just do this. And then show history. There's, what is the way? It's, where have I done this? I was doing some Paul Hudson exercises, maybe. See if I can find that. I know you just call dismiss on something, but how are you getting there? I don't remember. I don't know if it's finding it or not. Okay, let's. Again, I've got my little cheat sheet as much for me as anybody. Yeah, so you can do an environment dismiss. All right, let's see if I can. Oh, is it binding for? I thought binding was states. Yeah, okay. Let's see. So this is something like environment / dismiss var dismiss of, and I forget what it is. That means I may have to look it up. Well, it's probably called something like dismiss action. And I believe it's optional. Okay, and then, right, I think we just call dismiss, something like that. Environment dismiss. Probably should have asked for an example. Okay, but done. Dismiss. Private var. Oh, I don't have to give it a type. Interesting. Really interesting and weird, but okay. What this. Oh, and yeah, I don't have to worry about that. All right. So what this does is it actually knows which variable triggered the sheet, and then it resets that variable for you. So we don't have to. Let's take that out. Okay, and now we don't need the question mark. Okay, so let's run this. Oh yeah. I think this will let us avoid having to pass that in. So that's kind of even better. Equals. Done. Yeah. And so we know show history was reset. All right. So what that does, the nice thing is it kind of makes your view more independent of the context it's called in. It just has to be called by somebody. It has to be brought up by somebody. Lower ACL than parent. Well, okay. Okay, so we got the calculator. So we can create a history view with calculator. All right, so here we can say history view calculator : calculator. And all this stuff should go away, and that should just work. Okay, 77 times 9 equals history. Okay, done. Nice. Okay, that's a small step. Let's take this into its own file. And it was history view. If history's empty, it's fine. But yeah, we can run it. We saw it though because we cleared the history once, right? So if we clear it, done. Look at it again. Yeah, so no issue. Okay, let's see. Is that gonna work? Should build. Now, there was something else. There was something about destructive button. I think we have to do that on our. We really should do that on this. I think got almost exactly our example here. Roll destructive. That's in history. I probably need a different constructor though. Roll action label. Okay. Action label. Okay. That seems wrong. Gosh, I'm bugged by SwiftLint is finding these little things that are just. That seems like a very standard way to me. You got the closure opening brace there and then like this. I don't know if it's because it's the multi-argument stuff. Okay. I don't know if it'll mark the button in any way. Yeah. Okay. Destructive button. All right, I can live with that. All right. Okay. Now the rest of content view. I think these accessibility labels we put in for the benefit of the other, I'm not sure it needs it. I want to come back through and do more on accessibility at some point, but I don't think they're helping anything now. They were there for the benefit of the tester, the view inspector stuff. Okay. Now, what I want to look for is Well, these parameters, we can make view modifiers for them if that makes sense. But yeah, break time. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a break. That's a moderate change. All right, so we'll see in about 3-4 minutes, and we'll come back and continue cleaning up the content view and a little bit more on the history view for today. All right, so see you in a few minutes. All right, welcome back. Let's see. So what we can do is we look for things if they sort of apply everywhere. Okay, like background. Well, that really only applies to our history. Applies in there. It doesn't apply to the whole background. The black text, that's kind of tied to that. They've got but show history. Okay, yeah. These two, I mean, we could pull this out. Even this. All right, so let's see. Should get good enough to do these by memory. Should tell me what I need. Oh, it tells me wrong. It's like I got to do a content. Yeah, that doesn't really do it. It's public func body of content, some view. Okay, yeah. All right, and so this, I think these pieces is padding part of it. Yeah, even that. I mean, this much, if we take content dot all that stuff and return it, type cannot conform to view. Build. Yeah. Okay, so now I can make an extension on view of public func history format maybe. Dot oh, how's this work? I guess I just is it modifier of history modifier. I think it's like that. I don't know where that comes. I think I returned some view. Okay, and now I can put that on these. So if I just say this is history format, and then history format. I need a better name because that is the text, the display. Maybe it's a value format. Okay. That's on each of, oh, thank you. Well, test shouldn't care. All right, and this should do nothing. It's the well, what's your complaint? It shouldn't affect the look of our display. Okay, they look the same. That's good. All right, and then our keys, our buttons. I don't need that. I don't need that, but okay, this stuff. I guess. What is this? It's not the key. I want to use it on my history thing too. I'm gonna be generic. All right. And then the grid, these two. Okay, button format. I didn't return. Okay, but let's get it on here. Some view. Okay. Public modifier is redundant. Okay. Huh. I guess I can put it up here. Okay. I think Xcode, you're being a little inconsistent there. First, you tell me I don't need it the one, and then I don't need it in the other. Okay. Okay, our buttons should look the same. Then we're going to go apply those to the history buttons. I actually want to give them a clip. 3 plus 6 equals, but our buttons all look right, so that's cool. All right, let's go add that to the history view. Button roll dot button format. And we'll move that class to its own file momentarily. This bugs me. Okay. History, clear and done. Okay, they could use a little padding too. History view. Okay, they're still in a largish font. Oh, maybe that's to be expected. Font large title here. That applies across this V stack. I don't know if that's being inherited. Try a notch smaller. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was put a capsule shape in. Clip shape capsule. I think it's like that. Apparently not. That just deals with colors. Let me put it on the outside. Can't worry about that. Yeah, clip shape. Okay, this was better, bigger. Clip shape, I guess. See if that applies. Just on the one. Interesting. Well, I'm not convinced this is doing anything for me. Everything else has been square buttons, so maybe that's not even a good thing. Okay. Button format's giving me the colors of the inside and the border. We're done. Okay, this. Where's my preview? That might work. Well. Clear. I guess I need to make a preview view for it. View calculator, that all seems okay. Maybe it's not as happy to be. Okay. Clear. That's with 4. Okay. All right, that's a little better. Okay, what have we got done here? Okay, we extract view modifiers. Use button modifier on history view. Yeah, I mean, I want it to work. But it just seems like that wasn't bad. I mean, you gonna do it? Yeah, I mean, when it works, it's great. Okay, clear, done. And let's put a little spacer in here. I may need it on both sides. I want them spread out. Yeah, like that. I don't know, that may not be ideal. All right. That looks pretty good, though. Anything else? All right. What to history? Print history. Okay. I guess we're just cleaning up views, so let's finish that. All right. So I've got the button view modifier. I'll take this with me. I'm not sure what you have to do for printing. That's a good question, though. Value modifier. You'd almost think you have to, wouldn't you? Because you're working on a much bigger sheet of paper. Yeah, yeah. All right, so these buttons all look, everything looks all right. Let's see, anything else in here I'm going to be desperately caring about? Nah, that's a little awkward. Font, format. I mean, the goal is to make the structure of it pop out a bit more. I could see some work on the calculator, but yeah, that's all pretty. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right. Print. Okay. Swift UIOS print. Okay. Printing the view with Swift. Boy, I really do want to print a view. Well, I want to do it with Swift UI. Image from self view. Interesting. All right, let's see if there's a Swift UI. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a. I kind of want to avoid. All the UI. This stuff is all the old interface builder stuff, I think. But on the other hand, I'm not seeing a lot. This is my biggest problem. Whoops, sorry. This is what I wanted. Store history and local storage seems much more important to me. Okay. I may save this for advanced. Save these two. I'll probably push this up. Store history and local storage. Yeah, that seems interesting. Okay, this is in history. Now, right now he's published. Okay. Well, I don't know. Is it published? I mean, you do this kind of thing. History, var, history of history item equals empty. I guess that's just another way to write it. Now that's the redeclaration. App storage. that's a view. So this thing belongs on the view. Which may be legit. Equals. Let's find an example. Oh, well, that's something. Modifies the class to add the call to object change and will set up publish properties that I assume app. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Well, this is better. Let's see where he's got it. Observed operative here. Create page is another view with app storage. App data, publish all this stuff. App storage rights to user defaults. Yes, that's true. Yeah, no. You should be able to put app storage in the observable class and call them from there. There's no need to put app storage in the view. Class app data, observable object, app storage for value key of type equals default. You can make app publish property in the class. Okay, that sort of implies I just do it. Now, is this because I don't have Swift UI? Oh, is it? Oh, arrays don't work. Oh. I have to give it some. I have to make array raw representable. Let's keep that one. All right, I'll let this one go. Those are all simple ones. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that huge. It's gonna take some space. The harder it looks, the less I want to do it. I will say that. I mean, if you filled this thing, yeah, elements are one of the simple types. Yeah, I'm gonna let this go. That's a good extension. I don't know that I'd store it in local storage, but restore it, maybe. I don't think it's terrible to say this is your session. Okay. But I'm kind of striking out on those two. Well, yeah, I mean, you could do that. Another thing I could do, like all I ever do with them now is slap an equal sign between them and show them. We could probably do the same thing. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible. I wonder if there's just a default file and you load that. We don't have to worry about the plist stuff and all that, like being too much. In a way, this is sort of self-cleaning, right? But yeah, it would be nice. I don't know. I may do a little research on the print stuff and come back to that. But I think half an hour. Yeah, that's true. That's the only one that would do it. But even arrays, right? It's not. Oh, I can do arrays of simple ones. Yeah, that might be acceptable. The only way you get equals is you only would have one because the expression won't have it and the result won't have it. So it would be unambiguous. I think maybe let's look at this refactoring this regex. I don't know. We got today and tomorrow. So memory clear, memory recall, memory plus. This is another one. I'm not sure if it'll get used. I don't think it's hard per se. Now, the one problem I see is like a regular calculator, it's evaluating as you go, and you can say m plus on a partial expression. I don't think this is going to apply unless you've just calculated something. That's a restriction. All right, let's take off some of this. I think we'll start that fresh. Do a little refactoring today, and on that note. So talking with my group the other day or last night, we let you say 5/ meaning 5/8 and 5/ meaning 5/16. It's not standard. Nobody's going to know it except us in here, and we don't think about it that way. So their suggestion was, gee, it's non-standard and it's going to be complicated to explain. We don't really have any user manual or anything. It's too easy for that. So let's drop that. Okay, so take that as the first thing. Okay. Let's see, that is value and value tests. Okay. Oh, I commented those out for testing purposes. Let's make sure they work. All right, so 3/, I expect that to say something like missing denominator. And this one I expect to say, well, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, I suspect 90% of the time, I don't know, a lot of the time, they don't type these eighths. They use them on the output side of calculations, but they don't often start with material that's going to be 32 1/8 inch. It's just kind of not typically done. Usually you measure somebody and you might divide it by 2, but that's about it. So I think it's okay. Like you're going to say 3.5, whether you say 3.5 or 3.5, it's okay either way to me. But I think we're going to make this we're going to take these out and just let it ride for a little bit. The more experience I get with people using it, I can see what they're doing and decide. Okay, so 3/ by itself, missing denominator. A //, well, I don't mind saying I want to say simple fractions only, at most 1/. Okay. I think that's the error I want to get in these two cases. Okay, so can't start with slash, can't start with slash. That's correct. 3//4 is that same message. Oh, do I want that? I think I'm going to replace this too. Okay, //. That should be missing denominator. And this is that. All right, now all these things should fail. All right. Okay, let's take them. We're getting too many slashes. Okay, so this first case, or early case, first number of slashes greater than or equal to, that's a problem. So the message for that is this. Okay, and how many tests we got failing? How many cases? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think we'll give those that message. Okay. 1///. Oh, wait. Simple fractions only is not equal to 0.625. Oh, right. I'm messing these things up, aren't I? Okay, this is error. Simple fractions only. Here. And this is error. Yeah. Good point. Get there eventually. All right. Have I got them all? I think I missed one. Okay. And then somewhere down here, we did this. If slashes equals. Okay, well, it can never be this. Right, now, I think I want to say if it ends with slash, well, no. Yeah. Oh, wait, this one's wrong. Okay. That should be an error. Missing denominator. That's an error. Can't start with slash. Okay. That's fine. This one is an error. This denominator error. 1, 4. That's fine. Okay. Not the one I wanted. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So we're these two cases. I'm gonna reorganize these a little bit. Okay, starts with slash, ends with slash. Multiple slashes. Okay, run that again. But I think it's this case. No, this one should be fine. Where's the errors? Okay. Yeah. Okay, if slashes equals that, where's that expression? We're only allowing one. If that's the case, then we're going to return now missing denominator. Okay. Otherwise, whoops. Otherwise we fall through. Okay, now this should be simpler because divisor is 1. That's true. This is the one case that can't happen. If denominator string is not empty, well, that's the requirement now. So that goes away. Okay, fraction part equals formatter. Let's make sure that's working. Yeah. Okay. This is numerator. Okay. Okay, so that part we got. This is Work backwards or split big regex. Okay, I think either one of those. I want to do this one first. Let's see if... See if we need the other one. Okay, so value... So I shouldn't need to touch my tests at this point. Although the structure's not terrible. Guard, guard, guard. Peel off a simple case, digits dot digits. Now we're going to match the remaining case and then do a bunch of stuff. Okay. I'm going to say if let... All right, the piece I think I can get is... Like, what if I did whole number slash denominator? We've already dealt with whole number here. Whole number with optional fraction. Okay, and so I'm going to say if let whole plus fraction equal string to the whole match of, well, I guess this is whole followed by slash followed by denominator 0 through 9 plus. I think I got an extra parent here. That. Okay. Slash parenthesis whole 0 through 9 plus parenthesis there. Okay, so if that stuff matches, okay, then I think this whole thing, well, this computation is legit. I think it'll simplify greatly, so I'm hoping that works out. All right, so in this path, whole plus fraction dot num, that is the numerator, so I'll take that out. Wait a minute, I'll just comment it for a moment. I'm not looking at slashes. Denominator string is denom, whole plus fraction. Okay, now okay, we get the whole number. Numerator string is empty. Well, that can't happen because it's got, well, if whole is the numerator. Okay, so, and it requires at least one character, so this case can't happen. Make sure that's this numerator string is empty. Okay, yes, cannot happen. Okay, guard let numerator equals format number from, well, that's whole number string. Okay, slashes, we don't care about this case. Slash will equal that denominator string cannot be empty. We've required at least one character there as well. Okay, so that goes away. divisor is 1. Well, we don't even need that. We've got the fraction part. Well, fraction part is denominator string. Well, I would say this is the denominator then. What denominator equals that? Sorry. Fraction part is denominator. Okay. I've got numerator is the whole number string. Denominator is the denominator string. Okay. So the whole thing is just numerator divided by denominator. Okay. We don't have to worry about this divisor stuff. That comes through. Okay. I'm going to pull this thing up. Back where it started, I guess. All right. Okay, so we do the match. We dig out the whole number. We dig out the fraction. The denominator. Okay. We calculate the whole number. We calculate the numerator. Wait a minute. I think I only need to do this once. Well, let's let this be numerator string. Okay. And this can be numerator. Well, wait a minute. I think I'm calculating numerator twice. Numerator string, whole number from numerator string. Okay. This is there. Okay, denominator equals formatter from denominator string. Okay. This is numerator. Okay. I think that should pass. All right. So what do I know? Okay, we don't need this. Type of expression is ambiguous. Well, I don't think it is. Let's try again. Yeah, I guess it because it was in there whole number fraction and denominator or some whole number numerator denominator. Probably not the best way to name those. Okay, good. Pull out case for whole number divided by denominator. Okay, so now this case, okay, it's whole number. This is no longer optional. Let's see, slashes we don't even need. And denominator has to be there. Now this message leaves something to be desired. Okay, but I don't think we need slashes. Slash is always equal to that. And denominator can't be empty. So I think this message maybe is this. Missing denominator. It may not be 100% the right message in all cases though, but okay. Now let's make sure it's still green. Good. Okay. Now what do we got? You must have numbers. You must have dot and more numbers and slash and more, I should say digits. Okay. Whoops. Backslash dot minus that. Numerator string equals match num. Right, it's no longer optional. Okay. I really think this is fraction string. No, maybe it's not. We got a whole number and a numerator and a denominator. I think that makes sense. Get the whole number. If numerator string is empty, well, he's no longer able to do that. Okay. Divisor equals 1 doesn't happen because we always have a divisor. Okay, let's see. We got the number formatter, sorry, the whole number, the numerator, and the fraction part. Why is that not denominator? Okay. And I think we can do the same guardlet here. Guardlet this, else return that. Okay. Now for division, denominator is non-optional. We don't need divisor, we'll just use denominator. Okay, I'm liking this case much better. Calculate those three numbers, find their string, which maybe we could inline that. Number match whole, number match numerator, number match denominator. I think I could inline that. Calculate the string, make sure each one's a valid number. If it is, add it all up. All right, let's inline. String of this. Well, I say it's too bad they can't work with substrings, but I think that's as easy to understand. And it means 3 less variables kicking around. I don't think it is, unfortunately. Right, because I mean they Well, they're returning a value, or they're returning something that's just too big to go, right? So since we don't know which one's coming back, we have to take whatever comes back and peel it apart and decide which one it was. So I don't think we come out ahead. The only, well, okay, what other way? I mean, we could do something that returned these three as a triple, and if it wasn't, if it was nil, we would know. Yeah, it's duplication for sure. I mean, another way would be try catch on it, right? So make this, a little method here that says return me the whole number, otherwise throw, and then catch them. That might be worth it trying. Um, okay, let's make sure this works. I don't think I checked it. Yeah, so I would kind of make each one throw. I would do a converter that throws, and then you would just assign the whole numbers, and then at the bottom catch any errors and throw them out. It now you might be able to make the whole thing just throw. Yeah, it's probably worth an exploration. So let's put that on our list for tomorrow. So split big regex, we did that. I think that's definitely a win. We can probably extract those, but that's fine. Work backwards, I don't think we need to. But the question is, can we eliminate duplication of converting values? Okay, possibly try. Okay, I think that might be worth it. And if maybe this thing, well, this one's got its problems too. Well, who's returning that pair, right? Where does it go to? Parse string, parse number. Caller. Okay, oh, it's early on. It's the map. Okay. Yeah, I could see something where this, I mean, he has to look at potential numbers empty. He could probably, yeah, all this is sort of dealing with potential errors. We could probably make that throw and do the same thing here and then catch it and just return the error. Yeah, we're just taking the first error out of the list, and that would be what we threw with a try. So I would say that's promising. It's Yeah, that might be really good. Then if this doesn't do this, then throw some sort of error can't start with this. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do in those tests in that case. Well, no, it's still coming through because this gets wrapped in error. So it's running through all those inputs. If well, it's an error if there's no inputs. I don't even think it's a can happen kind of thing. But here we take the first one that has the first parameter set nil, meaning the second parameter was an error message, and we peel out that error and put it into error. So I think our calls are coming in at this level, parse. Actually, maybe, yeah, I guess they're probably coming in at that level, and or maybe even higher up as entries. But yeah, parse takes string. So I think they're coming in here, and they the try catches will happen in this file and throw those errors otherwise. So I think it's okay. We'll see. I don't want the throws to escape parse. Where's parse? You know, if this method throws, I want parse to catch it and convert it into an error value that gets returned. It's a compromise way that we're sort of passing this error value back and using that. But I think it won't be any worse than the try catch overhead won't be any worse than this. And whatever we catch, we'll make the string an error and then wrap it in this error type, and that'll be fine. Maybe we can even make the entry be an error. I don't remember. I think you can throw any class you want, right? So if you just catch the entry, then you'd be good. All right, well, we'll start there tomorrow. And well, I'm happier than I was. So I could stop here and not be as upset as I was yesterday. But I think we have good ideas that we can, you know, like you said, we can remove this duplication, simplify this whole thing as just number equals get value, and that should all fall out. That'll be fine. And throw these things otherwise. It'd be good. All right, so tomorrow 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern and 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. I'm very confident we'll finish whatever refactoring we do here, and I'm pretty sure we can get the memory stuff done. It just doesn't look too hard, so we'll pick up there. All right, thank you, Mudshark666. Thanks anybody else watching along, and catch you tomorrow or some other time. Thanks. Bye-bye.